There are some things that don't belong to us, even when they fit perfectly out. Elliot Marr found the shop by accident, or at least, that's what he told himself. It was tucked on the third floor of a narrow brick building on Hemlock Street. No sign, no display window. Just a faded gray door and a brass handle worn smooth. Elliot had walked past the building dozens of times. But that morning the cold was unbearable, biting straight through his thin jacket. The door opened slightly, and a soft bell chimed. He stepped inside. The shop was quiet. 2 quiet rows of coats hung neatly, the air smelling of cedar and dust. No music, no price tags, just stillness. A thin gray-haired man appeared behind the counter. "You look cold," he said gently. Elliot laughed. "That obvious?" "It always is," the man replied, gesturing toward the racks. Elliot wondered until he saw it, a charcoal wool coat hanging alone, heavy-structured. He reached for it, and the moment he touched it, a strange warmth spread through his fingers. He slipped it on. Perfect fit. Not just the size, the weight, the balance, like it had been made for him. "It suits you." The shopkeeper said. "How much?" Elliot asked. "No charge." Elliot hesitated. "I can pay." "This one isn't bought," the man said quietly. Outside, the wind no longer touched him. At first, the changes were small. The barista smiled warmly. A stranger offered him a seat. People listened when he spoke. Elliot felt respected, seen. He slept in the coat that night. 3 days later, he wore it to a job interview. The interviewer leaned forward. "You have a presence," she said. He got the job. The coat never wrinkled, never stained. People moved aside for him now. Conversations paused when he entered rooms. Elliot began to believe this was who he had always been. Then came the dreams. He stood in unfamiliar places while people thanked him, feared him, deferred to him. One night he dreamed of a man standing in the snow, coatless, watching Elliot walk away. 6 months passed. A Mooson, a new apartment, a new life. His ex-wife called. "You've changed," she said. "I've improved," Elliot replied. That night he dreamed again. The man in the snow had a face. It was his own. Elliot woke in panic and tried to remove the coat. The buttons resisted. The sleeves tightened slightly, like hands gripping his arms. "Stop," he whispered. They loosened. He didn't wear it the next day. At work, people ignored him. His boss sounded distant. The warmth was gone. The coat hung in his closet, darker than before. He tried to return it. The shop was empty, dusty, abandoned. No counter, no racks, no sign anyone had been there in years. The door behind him disappeared. He woke in his apartment, the coat wrapped tightly around him. After that, he wore it again. He had to without it. Everything slipped away. His job, his confidence, his place in the world. But the coat grew heavier. He stooped slightly. His reflection looked older, colder, borrowed. One winter morning, snow falling thick, Elliot stood on the sidewalk, exhausted. A thin man passed him, shivering in a light jacket. Their eyes met. Elliot understood. He unbuttoned the coat. This time it came off easily. He handed it to the stranger. The man slipped it on. Perfect fit. Warmth left Elliot instantly. The cold cut deeper than ever. As the stranger walked away, straight-backed and confident, Elliot felt himself fading, not dying, just becoming forgettable. By the time the snow covered his footprints, no one noticed him at all. Somewhere, in a quiet shop with no sign, a rack waits with one empty space, because some coats are never owned, only worn. And their warmth always belongs to someone else.